Hello, my dear student. This is Samar Panchara again, and I welcome you all. In this video, we are going to discuss the second part, the best Christmas present in the world. In Unit 1, we already discussed that the narrator visited a John shop and he spotted a top text, and while repairing that one, he found a letter inside a sacred diary, and now he is going to read that letter. And in this video itself, we are going to read the letter written by the Jim McPherson to his beloved wife Connie McPherson. Okay, so let's get started the chapter. Okay, so the letter goes like, "Dearest Connie, I write to you in a much happier frame of mind because something wonderful has just happened that I must tell you about at once. We all were standing in our tracks yesterday morning, Christmas morning. It was crisp and quite all about as beautiful as morning as I have ever seen, as cold and frosty as Christmas mornings would be now." So we are now reading the letter written by the Jim McPherson to his beloved wife Connie McPherson. So Jim McPherson, as a Britain officer, he wants to share his feelings to his beloved wife. And he started like, "I write you in a much happier frame of mind because something wonderful just happened that I must tell you at once." Means, so Jim, or the writer Jim, is feeling very happy while writing the letter, and something just happened wonderful yesterday. Means in the Christmas day. It was the Christmas day, and they all were standing at their trenches. Trenches means long deep ditches in the ground where the soldiers hide from the enemy. A place where soldiers used to hide themselves from the enemy. So they all were standing at the trenches, and morning was pleasant. It was crisp and cold morning, and it was a morning that as beautiful as Jim never seen it before. Okay, so he is in his happy mood while writing the letter. Next, let us see. Okay, "I should like to be able to tell you that we began it, but the truth I ashamed to say it that phrase began. First someone saw a white flag waving from the trenches opposite, then they were calling out to us from across no man's land, 'Happy Christmas, Tommy, Happy Christmas.' When we had got over the surprise, some of us shouted back, 'Same to you, Frizz, same to you.' I thought that would be that. We all did, but then suddenly one of them was up there in a great coat and waving a white flag. 'Don't shoot, lads,' someone shouted, and no one did. Then there was another fitch up on the parapet and another, 'Keep your heads down.' I told that man, 'It's a trick,' but it wasn't now." So what happened? So here Jim is feeling ashamed to say that German soldiers began moving towards them. Okay, so someone from British army or someone from his group saw a white flag waving from the opposite trenches. Okay, from the opposite army trenches of German soldier. Then what happened? German soldiers were just wishing Christmas to the British army. German soldier is wishing British army a Merry Christmas. They said, "Happy Christmas, Tommy, Happy Christmas." Tommy means a name, a common name given to a British army, and the phrase means a common name given to the German army. So suddenly in between war, okay, German soldiers were calling out them to no man's land, and they were wishing Happy Christmas and Happy Christmas. And what happened after that? Someone from British side also shouted up, and they replied back, "Same to you, freeze, same to you." They were exchanging wishing of Christmas. Suddenly, in between the war, on the Christmas day. Okay, so then what happened? After that, Jim told the British army, "Don't move or bow down your head, because it may be their trick to attack us." But it was not a trick. Just German wants to what? German wants to celebrate Christmas with British army. Understood? And then next what happened? So and suddenly what happened? German soldiers were moving towards the British soldier by wishing Happy Christmas with white flag. And the white flag, we use white flag. White flag is a symbol of peace. So here, German want peace, and they want to celebrate Christmas with the British army. Understood? But some British soldiers thought that it was a trick to attack them. So one of the British soldiers want to be careful, but the Germans wants to celebrate the Christmas day, and it was not a trick. They were now moving from the no man's land towards the British trenches. Okay. One of the Germans was waving a bottle above his head. It was a Christmas day. We have snaps, we have sausages, they meet you. Yes, by this time there was a dozen of them walking towards us across no man's land, and not a rifle between them. Little Private Morris was the first step. "Come on, boys, what are we waiting for?" And then there was no stopping them. I was the officer, I should have stopped them there and then, I supposed, but the truth is that it never even occurred to me I should. All along their line hours, I could see men walking slowly towards one another, grey coat, khaki coats meeting in the middle, and I was one of them. I was part of this. In the middle of the war, we were making peace now. So what happened? So British here saw the German soldiers waving a bottle above their head and shouting Happy Christmas. They were moving towards them. They are waving the bottle. They are waving the white flags, and they were wishing the Christmas to the British army. And it was a surprise in between the war. An enemy wishing Christmas to the enemy. So, and they noticed the Germans were eager to share a drink and sausages to the Englishmen. So, huge number of Germans were crossing the no man's land. Okay, they were crossing their parapet and came towards the British soldiers without rifle. Actually, in war, mostly army move or cross no man's land with rifle in their hand. But here what is happening? The German army were moving towards them with no rifle in their hands, and with sausages and snacks and the drinks. They want to celebrate this Christmas day with British the British army. Okay, so what happened? British don't know what to do, but little Private Marines of German soldiers encouraged them to join them. He said, "Join us. What you are waiting for? Today is the Christmas day. Let's celebrate Christmas together. If we fight with each other, we may lose our lives. But if we celebrate, we may have peace." So one of our little Private Marines encouraged to join them with the German army. Understood? So then what happened? Jim as an officer, Jim was an officer in charge at that time. So Jim as an officer army, he had to stop it, but he did not stop them. Okay, and a man wearing what happened? And a man wearing a grey coat and khaki were meeting together in the middle of the war in the no man's land. What do you mean by no man's land? No man's land means the lands between two armies border. No man's land is the land between the two borders of different country. Okay, here Germans stretches present there, and here is the German British stretches, and the land between both of them is known as the no man's land, in which nobody allowed to move. If someone saw there someone is moving there, then they may be shooting. But here what happening? Army with the grey coat and the khaki coat, they both were meeting together in the no man's land, and they were going to celebrate Christmas. They own the Christmas tree. Okay, so then what happened? So in between First World War, or in between the war, two opposite army were making peace. Two opposite army were making peace instead of fighting with each other. Okay, so now let us move to the next para. What was written in the next para? You cannot imagine, dearest Connie, my feeling as I looked into the eyes of the freezer picture who approaches me. He outstretches Hansel, he said, gripping my hand warmly and holding it. I am from Dusseldorf. I play the cello in orchestra. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas. Now, Captain Jim McPherson, I replied, and a happy Christmas to you too. I am a school teacher from Dorset in the west of England. Now, so what happened? They are sharing their introduction. Okay, so Jim was very happy after meeting the German army in charge, whose name was Hans Hull. So Hans Hull and a German army in charge approaches to the Jim McPherson, and he shook hand, or they shook hand. So Hans Hull used to live in Dusseldorf in German. Dusseldorf is the name of a place in German, and he used to play cello in orchestra before joining the army. He introduced himself in this way. So now then, what happened? They were wishing Happy Christmas to each other. They were wishing Happy Christmas to each other. And whereas the Jim was a teacher in a Dorset before joining the army. So they were introducing themselves. Okay, and they were wishing Happy Christmas to each other. Next paragraph. Ah, Dorset, it's right. I know this place. I know very well. We shared my rum, rasam, and his excellent sauces. And we talked, Connie, how we talked. He spoke almost perfect English, but it turns out that he had never set foot in Dorset, never even been to England. He had learned all the new of England from school and from reading books in English. His favorite writer was Thomas Hardy. His favorite books, Far from the Maddening Crowd. So out there in no man's land, we talked of Bathsheba, or the Gabriel Ock, and the St. Door, and Dorset. He had a wife and a son born just 6 months ago. As I looked about me, there were huddles of khaki and grey everywhere, all over no man's land. Smoking, laughing, talking, drinking, eating. Hansel and I shared what was left of our wonderful Christmas cake, Connie. He thought that marzipan was the best he had ever tasted. I agreed. We agreed about everything, and he was my enemy. There never was a Christmas party like it, Connie. So now what happened? When the wolves and the German in charge, and the Jim, who is the British in charge. Okay, so when Hansel came to know about the Dorset, okay, so he said that he know that place quite well, but he never been to England. Both they were sharing rum and sausages with each other. Jim is now feeling more happy after celebrating the Christmas with the German army. So Jim is now more writing that Hans spoke almost a perfect English, but he never been to England. Although he was a German, but he speak good English. And also came to know that he had not been to England, and he came to know about the Dorset while reading books in school. Hans' favorite writer was Thomas Hardy, and his favorite book was what is Far from the Maddening Crowd is the name of his favorite book. Okay, so Jim and the wolves were talking to each other in the no man's land, and they were conversing about the various character of that novel written by the Thomas Hardy. Okay, so Hans also told Jim he had a wife and a son of 6 months. So as they looked around, they saw the army of their respective uniform. Some of them are wearing khaki, some of them are wearing grey coat. Were celebrating Christmas together, although they were in enemy, but also they were celebrating the Christmas all together. And Jim also shared the Christmas cake, marzipan. Marzipan is the type of a cake, and the cake was made by the Connie. Okay, he also shared that cake to Hansel. So what is happening here? Two countries were celebrating the Christmas in 25th of December 1914 in place of fighting with each other. Okay, and after that, what happened, we will talk in the next video. And up to this, go through the book and try to find out the difficult word and send to me. Up till then, stay safe, stay home, and I will be back with the next video. Understood? Thank you very much.